welcome to the 2023 BMW X7 M60i. We're gonna go on a little bit of a drive today. Just kinda do some errands, and I'm gonna explain to you why I'm not really the biggest fan of this thing. Now, don't get me wrong, this is an excellent driving vehicle. It's an excellent cruiser. But there's just some things that, practicality-wise, are not all that great. Now, we're gonna put it into Sport Plus. We'll go manual mode too. This is where this thing really shines. .523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque from a twin-turbo V8 with a mild hybrid system. It's fast. The only problem is a lot of fake engine noise, which, as we all know, we're not a fan of. But it gets up to highway speeds, and you can tell that this can just cruise on the Autobahn so well. It's what it's made for. Got a big panoramic sunroof, ambient lighting all around. Put it back in comfort. Alright, I'm going to show you guys one of the reasons why I would not recommend BMW to, or this particular BMW to anyone. First of all is the price, but we'll get that into it later. So let's say you're just cruising. Hey, I want to activate the cruise control. Push it, it sets automatically, goes to distance sense. Perfect, works really well. Great situational awareness, works really well. The only thing is, on the previous X7, the pre-LCI one, they had the distance controls right here. For some reason, they moved it into the screen. Now, why they did that is beyond me, but you have to go through, let's go with this together. So first, 1, then you go to all apps, 2, then you go into drive settings, that's 3. Then you go over to driver assistance, 4. Down to driving, 5. Distance control, 6. That is 6 button presses that you have to get to change the distance. Now, yes, you can set it, and most of the time you will just leave it. But still, if you're in a traffic jam and you want to get a little bit of distance, it's kind of annoying. Which, why they did that, I don't know. But that is kind of stupid. Now, this does have kind of a hands-free driving, assisted driving. You can go hands-free for a little bit, and then eventually it'll want to have your hands back on the wheel, like right now. But as long as you kind of have just your hand kind of resting on the steering wheel, it'll drive for you. It'll steer for you. It does a pretty good job of doing it too. It'll keep you in the lanes. It doesn't really bounce you. It does a pretty good job of keeping you in the lane. It works pretty well. If you're on the long road trip, it can work pretty well. It will lane change for you. If you tell it to, you'll just tap down on the turn signal and it'll do a lane change. It does it kind of aggressively. We'll showcase that now once this truck gets out of the way. So, tap it, it'll go over. It's a little weird. It doesn't really like to do it with your hands off, but as long as, like I said, as long as you have your hand on, it'll do a pretty good job. Now, this is iDrive 8 It is not 8.5. I don't know if this is coming to this particular one. I know all 2024 X7s have 8.5, which apparently makes the infotainment a little bit better. Whether that's the case, I don't know. But one of the things that everyone complains about, including me, is that they put the climate controls into the screen too. Now you do have quick access buttons to get to your temperature settings here, but to change like where the fan speed is going, you have to go into this menu, and it's a little bit laggy when it's cold, but once it warms up it's pretty decently fast. Now if you want to turn your heated seat on, it doesn't just automatically turn to 3, which is a little bit annoying. Most people leave it on auto, but then it's really weird how you do it, because if you push auto, the heated seat will detect kind of where and what temperature setting it's at, and it'll turn on automatically. But if you just want to turn it on, if it's cold outside and it's not warm enough, or it doesn't detect that it's cold enough, you can't really do it unless you put it on. Now it's on. It's on very high, but if you want to go down, but then it's off on medium. So I don't get that, but I just take it off auto and it does a pretty good job. All right, enough of the technical talk. Let's get another pull in here. Cornering is great. The 23-inch rims are an option on this, and we have them on here. A little bit jarring over bumps. Man, this engine. This thing is quick. The mild hybrid system in this is a little bit annoying. There's no stop start button anymore. There's not even a camera button here anymore, which is a little bit annoying too. So you can't turn off the stop start, which sucks. You just have to put it in sport mode, which not a bad trade-off, but it just sucks down fuel. You'd think it being twin turbos and it being decently aerodynamic that it would be decent on fuel, but I am averaging, let's see, since factory 18.9 mpg, so it's not great. It has a decent sized fuel tank. I don't know the tank, I'll put it up here, but does require premium, but that makes sense. So you'll pay a little bit of a hefty price, but this thing eats down miles and it's so comfortable. Heated and cooled seats, massaging seats, heated outboard seats on the rear, on the second row. Same with the third row, you have your own climate control back there and heated seats. It's quite nice, but wireless charging, heated and cooled cup holders, which are kind of a gimmick. They don't really work that well. This is your shifter here. It is, I don't like it. I like the previous shifter better because it was an actual lever instead of a toggle looking switch. And if you can, I would suggest avoiding the glass controls, because at a certain time of day the light loves to shine right in here and reflect back into your eyes, and it is quite blinding and it is not fun. So I would avoid that best you can. You have 3 main drive modes: Sport, Comfort, and Eco. All of them you can customize except Comfort. Comfort is just kind of its own thing. I'll quiet up here and listen for MVH noise. Little bit of wind noise, but other than that, we can close this too. make it a little bit quieter, but a little bit of wind noise, a little bit of road noise from the tires, but then again, it just depends what kind of tires you get for this. It's a little bit better. Let's go back into sport here. There you can hear the fake engine noise. Those burbles, I hate to say it, are also fake too, because you can turn off the fake engine noise, but braking is good. Nice pedal feel, a little bit light, but corners well. You can feel the weight in this. It weighs a lot. That's the way all cars are going, so, and with that mild hybrid, it doesn't make it easier or make it any better. So really aggressive on the downshifts when you're just braking. With that being said, it is in Sport Plus, so you don't have to have it in Sport Plus. You have your own dual zone climate control in the back. Me being 6 foot tall with this seat adjusted, I have plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom. Got audio controls on the steering wheel. Metal paddle shifters on the front, but plastic in the rear, so it's a little weird. Full color heads-up display. Fully digital gauge cluster with a lot of customization, so you can personalize it to make it your own. You can show a map, music, fuel economy. You can do a bunch of different modes. Wow. Has full 4-corner air suspension. You can raise and lower it with this dial here. You have a bunch of colors to choose from for the ambient lighting. Third row has its own climate control, like I said. Both seats are heated in the back, which is awesome. I wish all 3-row seaters would do that. It also has its own climate control back there, so you can adjust the temperature. Not a dual zone though, so that's your only trade-off, but at least they have something and they can adjust their own temperature, which is nice. But some of this 2023 BMW X7 M60i up. It's quite nice. Very plush seats. Really comfortable cruiser. Can do all bunch of sports car stuff. Little bit overboard on the tech stuff, but if you're thinking that you can handle it, by all means. The price is a little bit expensive. This one was about $120,000, so very top of the line. All BMW is going to this kind of infotainment though, so if you like it, cool. If you don't, that does kind of suck, because you can't get anything else. If I were picking, I'd go the previous X7, that way you don't get the complicated mild hybrid system, and you get physical controls back for your climate controls. But other than that, that's my final score for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So if you want to see more of these, just let me know and I will do more of these. These are fun to do just driving, so